Welcome back to the Noble Knight Duelist. Today in this episode, I'll be doing a deck profile for Ritual Beasts. So, first off, the main deck. 3 copies of Ritual Beast Tamor Eldor. He's your main starter card. Always want to see him in your opening hand. Then, 2 copies of Ritual Beast Tamor Wen. This summons back things that were banished. 1 copy of Loa summons back things that were sent to grave, and 1 copy of Zephyr Pilica. Very similar effect, summons things back from grave, but I'm playing 1 of each for the different names. 3 copies of Spiritual Beast Tamor Winda. I found no reason to play less than this because the name is great because it counts as a Tamor and a Spiritual Beast. And then the float effect is awesome, being able to go into any of the extra deck monsters. 3 copies of Spiritual Beast Kanahawk. It can banish anything and then 2 standby phases later, returns to hand, so it's a gold sarcophagus on legs. 3 copies of Spiritual Beast Rempengu. You can banish the Ritual Beast from your extra deck and then send a Ritual Beast with the same type as that from your deck to your graveyard. So it gets whatever you want from your main deck to your grave. 2 copies of Spiritual Beast Apelio. It can banish things from grave and give your monsters an attack boost. 1 copy of Spiritual Beast Petalfin. You can banish a Ritual Beast from your hand and then bounce a card your opponent controls. So that's all I have for the monster lineup. I found this ratio worked the best. And for spells, I have 1 copy of Ritual Beast Return. You can banish a Ritual Beast from your hand and target a Ritual Beast that's banished or engraved and special summon it. It's a quick play. I'm playing 3 copies of Double Summon. You always want to get out on your turn 2 Ritual Beast cards, 1 Tamor and 1 Spiritual Beast, so you can go into the extra deck. If you don't open Eldor, you want at least Double Summon plus 1 Tamor and 1 Spiritual Beast. So this is your other way to get 2 things out. 1 Emergency Teleport. And again, just a way to get 2 things out. 1 Dimension Fissure. So you always want to get things in the Banished Zone, so that's why this is so good. 1 Gold Sarcophagus. For the traps, playing 3 copies of Steeds and 2 copies of Ambush. Steeds pops monsters. Ambush brings back your Ritual Beast cards that are banished or engraved. 3 copies of Gozen Match. All of the Ritual Beasts are wind type except for 1 of the extra deck monsters, Ulti-Gaia Pelio. So this really can mess up your opponent. Sky Strikers can't even play. 3 copies of Solemn Strike. I may switch this out for Judgment, we'll see. And then 3 copies of Torrential Tribute. So the Ritual Beast mechanic kind of breaks this code. So if you have your ulti monster out, when your opponent summons a monster, you first off use their quick effect to tag out, then chain Torrential Tribute. How the chain resolves. Torrential Tribute destroys all of your opponent's monsters, and then as the chain's resolving backwards, your monsters that you targeted with effect are then summoned. So you get your monsters on the field, and it really doesn't even affect you. So that's all for the main deck. The extra deck, I'm gonna play right now only 2 copies of Ulti Chemo Falcos. I'm using this token as a play smoker, so I'd probably play another. You can do whatever you want though. then Bull Load and Bull Sword, 1 copy of Firefighting Doll, just a good generic code for 2 beasts, 3 copies of Ulti Apelio. I played 2 copies of Pedalfin, 1 of Ulti Conahawk, it's limited, probably play 2 Gaia Pelios, and then 1 Tornado Dragon. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps support my channel. In my next video, I'll be doing a combo tutorial for this deck. So I'll see you next time.